Hey everybody, what's going on? I'm Jamie Dawn, your evolutionary revolutionary astrologer, bringing you your celestial wisdom for the week of April 17th through the 24th of 2022. And I am actually in Sedona, Arizona right now as we begin setting up for students to arrive at the Nine Gates Mystery School, where I'm serving as staff director. And I am so thrilled to be here in this energy field. And thank you for all of you who have sent your intentions, your prayers, your hopes, your wishes, the things that you are wanting to include in this energy field. Please know I am holding it very sacred in my heart, as well as energizing it in this powerful, powerful time. And this week in particular, we're coming off of a full moon in Libra. Whew, feeling that hangover a little bit, I'm sure, as we were dealing with relationships and hopes and dreams and realities, and maybe it wasn't quite what we thought it was, or it could have been some things came to light. Maybe there's some beautiful declarations that happened that solidified the relationship, but it really was more about where we were putting meaning and spending the time. What were the most meaningful relationships in our lives, evaluating those and securing them, as well as appreciating them. And if they weren't bringing the best out of us, if they weren't energizing us, and or it felt imbalanced, then we may have had to let some of them go. Now, we're also in this new cycle with Neptune and Jupiter in Pisces, and we had it exact on Tuesday last week on the 12th. And so that also brings in this dreamy kind of feeling for us and this new spiritual essence, but we're not quite sure what to do with it yet. I often equate this energy to the Judgment card in tarot, where we've been transformed. We've gone through all kinds of cycles of life, and we're at the I'll say the end, but the beginning of something new. And it's like we're coming up on the traditional tarot card. It's the, especially in the Rider Waite, it's the souls or the new human who is emerging from the earth, if you will. We've been reborn. The thing about Judgment card is that we're not always clear yet on what is reality now. We're still trying to orient ourselves. And so that's what we may be feeling this week, especially now that Mars has moved into Pisces, and that happened on the 14th. And with Mars there, dreams can be a little bit more disturbing than usual. So if your dream state has been a little bit intense, then you can equate that with Mars. But also emotional charges are really up, and we can be really sensitive right now, overly sensitive with Mars here. Now, the good way to use it is that we can fight for the underdog, or we can feel like we need to protect those that need protecting, or situations where people are in a crisis and we can come in and we can assist and we can rescue, if you will. Our motivation towards our goals may wane a little bit while Mars is here, but that doesn't mean that we won't achieve what we need to. It's a great time to step back and reevaluate, or just gain another perspective, like that Judgment card, right? We're reorienting ourselves to say, yes, I still have this goal in mind. However, is the direction I'm going to achieve that goal, is it really the right direction? Maybe there's another way of doing it. This is a great time to be guided by that intuition, that higher power, spiritual guidance, to really put yourself out there to say, I'm open to receive messages from the universe or from my own inner wisdom. And then before jumping in head first, I know that my guidance feels and appears as though it's appropriate for me. And I'm not talking about extremism here. So we do want to watch out for that, especially with Jupiter and Neptune in Pisces, making things a little foggy and expansive at the same time. If we get too carried away, we could become victims of our own circumstances. So we do want to watch out for that. We want to watch out with Mars being in Pisces here, that there could be an extremism happening where we become those zealots, if you will, and you try and, rescue everybody, or you try and save everyone, even in a religious standpoint, right? We know a lot of damage has been done in the name of religion. So I just caution that as well. Mercury will be canoodling Uranus on the beginning of the week, Sunday, Monday. And so this gives us an opportunity where our minds can be really manifest. So we can, our ahas, our ideas, we can bring something practical and useful because it's in the sign of Taurus right now. And it can, with Uranus involved, it can happen independently of maybe something that's going on. So use this wonderful Piscean time to meditate, to listen to that intuition, to withdraw for just a moment, to whatever it might be that we need to do to receive these messages and to pay attention to them, and then notice what drops in, because what sudden news could drop in can help to build more trust and sustainability for the future. And we also need to be able to pivot in any sort of process. So if we're in the middle of a process and we suddenly get a new idea or something that just needs to shift because outer circumstances have occurred, with Mercury here, we have the ability to be able to be very quick about making that change. The sun then ingresses into Taurus on Wednesday, leaving our senses stimulated. We're going to be wanting to really energize our senses. We're going to have all kinds of things touring, like life becomes more of this art form, and we become more motivated by the things that are sensually pleasing to us, the things that bring out some of our more idealized nature, but practical nature as well. And this is a time that we can enjoy some of the simple pleasures of life and not rush into things, to be able to appreciate the beauty around us. Something as small as, I saw a butterfly flitting and floating over some flowers the other day, and it was just nice to sit and enjoy it. It was huge, lovely. And those are the kind of things that just open the heart, as I like to remind myself, beauty opens the heart. And what a great way to be of great service with all this Piscean energy, that if we come from that heart space, we can truly change not just ourselves, but the world or those that we spend time with. And that change is replaced for steady expectations when the sun is in Taurus. So we're looking for bringing all these Aries qualities that we were experiencing and really anchoring them into something fixed and tangible that has good use. And we're also being set up for our first partial, it's a partial, but it's our first solar eclipse in Taurus, and that happens on a new moon at the end of the month. So I'm putting that little pin on the map that if we feel some of this energy coming in, where things come up for healing, where things come up for us to enjoy, but also to let go of, if we haven't been in touch with our senses, if there has been some material or financial or emotional issues that we've been wrestling with, this eclipse could stir some things up that we need to face and we need to deal with. And so we do it from a practical approach. So just keep that in mind as well. It's also can be a very healing time because we've got the South Node in Scorpio, where we can let go of our past betrayals, our past hurts, our past attachments, and we can truly step in to building this new future that we're looking to build. Relationships in particular are blessed here, especially if they're coming from that open-hearted, sensual, loving, and open place. There's a trine happening between Mercury and the moon on Friday. And while Mercury is going to canoodle the North Node, so there's a strong emphasis on intellect and a strong emphasis at the end of the week around communication, intelligence, our rational logic, and all those things that are mercurial, the things we want to learn about. So it's a great time if you're wanting to sign contracts, get those in place, because Mercury is going to retrograde in Gemini in May. So if you need to sign contracts, have negotiations, things like that, this is a good time to do it. You also have the ability to introduce fresh, new ideas to those around you, and you can establish new or modern ways of doing things during this time. So if you're wanting to shake some things up, if you want to help to continue to innovate and to make things a little bit more real and tangible, this is a great time for you to be able to do that. So have those conversations, especially with loved ones or those that you care about. If there's relationship dynamics that's got stirred up at that full moon just a week ago, this is a good time to revisit some of those topics and just say, hey, listen, I really want to come. I seek to understand. I'm asking these questions and having these conversations to truly understand what's going on so that we can find healing, so that we can find that equilibrium and we can come together in a way that's benefit for both of us. All right, you guys, I hope this little pin on the map helps for this week. Please like, subscribe, share, comment, and come find me at jamiedawn.com. I do look forward to connecting with you. I'll be back in my office after April 26th, and I will look forward to helping, supporting, however I possibly can. Thanks so much, you guys. Have a great week.